So my new Gripples from the Float Life have just come in. I'm out just taking a cruise, listening to some music, having a good time. We're gonna get home, get this board cleaned up. We're gonna put the Gripples on and see how much it improves the traction. It's supposed to help some with shock absorption, dampening, as well as just giving you a whole lot more traction and preventing you from having any sort of sensor issues when your feet get bounced around on really rough terrain. Let's go. All right, so here we have got the Gripples. We're gonna take these, stick them up here in the front, as well as stick them in the back. And just to show you, these are kind of like a rubbery material. We thought they were gonna be 3D printed, but they're actually like a soft rubber to them. I'm pretty excited. It feels just like a stomp pad that you would put on like a snowboard. But the first thing we're gonna have to do is get this dirt off of here and on the back. You can definitely see where my feet go when I'm riding. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this brush, just try to rub along as much of that dirt as possible, try to get it off so that those Gripples are gonna stick real nice so they don't come unstuck. It's not perfect, but it's a whole lot better than it was. All right, so now I just wanna kind of place these in like a rough estimate where I'm gonna want them. You can kind of see based off the dirt about where my feet go. I'm thinking I want them kind of like right on the edge like that and go. Like riding with my foot cocked just a little bit out, kind of similar to my snowboard stance. Thinking kind of like that. And I did go riding yesterday specifically just to figure out about how I want my feet. I'm hoping I don't want them more perpendicular, thinking this should work. And now you literally just gonna peel. Heard to be kind of careful peeling this backing paper off. It's very sticky. Toss the trash, pick that up later. And I'm thinking like right there. Press that down real good. All right, now we're gonna do the other one, same thing. Just peel this backing paper off. You wanna make sure you get the paper, but not this adhesive bit. There's a little bit of a layer between the pad. You got your sticky adhesive and then the paper. So make sure you just get the paper. Right there. All right, I got them both on here, pushed them down nice and firm. Now I'm gonna do the back. Now some people are putting them just on the front. Some are doing front and rear. I've also seen some people put them on the front and then stick them down on the rail right here. I'm gonna stick them on the back, and I'm thinking on the back, I wanna go a little bit more perpendicular to the board because I don't tend to cock my back foot out as much. Ride with it a little bit more straight, not so much at an angle. So I'm gonna put them pretty close to straight, I think. And there you got it. I got the back. My foot's gonna be kind of sitting like this. Every now and then I go a little bit angled out. And the front, got that. Now you wanna make sure you press these down really firm. You definitely don't wanna get any moisture on these for like a good 24 hours to let that 3M tape really stick. I know that from experience from different action camera mounts. The pavement's nice and dry, so I'm gonna take them for just a little cruise around the neighborhood, see how they feel, and use my feet to really put my body weight onto them to help press that adhesive down, get it nice and stuck to the board before I take it on the trails. Definitely I wouldn't take it on the trails for the first 24 hours because you don't want any sort of dust or anything to get up in there, but if you're just riding on the street, I think you'll be all right. I'm excited to see how much more grip. So I wound up taking the Gripples on a 7-mile ride, and this is what I can say after that. The extra traction that the Gripples do provide is phenomenal. It gives you so much more grip on the top, and even when you hit little bumps and stuff, it doesn't feel like your feet get bounced around as much. I definitely think these are going to be super beneficial on the trails, and I cannot wait to get them out on the trails and fully test them out. And once I do, I will definitely put that video out for you all. But we've had a ton of rain, the trails are super wet, and it'll be a little bit before I can get them out in the dirt. Another thing the Gripples do really well is actually just provide a whole lot more comfort under your feet. I felt like I got a whole lot less foot fatigue while I was riding these 7 miles with them, and I hadn't ridden for a little while, so to really get a long ride like that and I had no sort of feet discomfort, they definitely aided in that chatter, that bump sensitivity, as well as just providing a little bit of extra cushion underneath your feet. I thought these made it have a far more comfortable ride. I almost want to say these are like essential, but I mean obviously you can ride without them, but with them, I think after you ride with them, you're not going to want to ride without them. Also, the sensor engagement with these is fantastic. It's like instant. It's The sensor engages so much quicker and so much more efficiently. I absolutely love that. Even with the shoes that I was using, a lot of times they have a stiffer sole, and I would have a little bit of trouble sometimes with the front foot, and I never had it once over the course of the 7-mile ride. And I was doing a lot of stop and go while I was actually out on this ride, because I was filming another video, which I'll link here, in which that I was testing out all the different action camera mounts I could come up with for riding a one wheel and seeing which action camera mount works the best. So if you want to check that out, I'll link that video here.